Yeah, hi, good evening. So I'm sharing my screen. So I hope everyone are there in yesterday's class, right? Any new person? Okay, so what we discussed yesterday, just I want to summarize first. So first, yesterday we discussed about Android definition, then followed by why we need to learn this course. And after that, we discussed something about syllabus, what we are going to cover in this syllabus, and what are the duration and all we covered yesterday. Now, I want to elaborate the words which we discussed yesterday in a definition. So, what the definition of Android? Here we discussed a few things. One is open source. First word we discussed about this open source and operating system. Next is the development environment. So development environment. The next word is the Linux kernel. So with these four words, we discussed definition of Android. So here, first word, I coming to this open source. What is open source? Anyone? So you have any idea about an open source? I'm not asking about the Android. I'm asking the meaning of open source.
Open source is nothing but it is open to all and it is free to all.
Yes, exactly. So it's a freely available to this. So free software, yeah. So generally, open source, it's a freely available. Like say, for example, if I'm developing in a .NET. So for the .NET, there are some restrictions. Up to certain stage, the .NET can be provided as open source. After that, if you want to go in a more tools and all, it should be paid. So it should be paid. But here, no payment for this. Means for Android development, if you want to do an Android development, no need to pay anything for the license. License in the sense that is for the development environment. So for the development environment, no need to pay. Like for example, if I installed Windows in my laptop, Windows operating system. So for that, we need to pay. If we won't pay, what it says, it's after a few days, it says that trial version has expired, your license has expired. So it says something like that, and it cannot support all the features. But here, Android is not like that. So it can be completely the open source. No need to pay anything for the setup to develop an Android application. So then if any software which is open source, major benefit is we can get majority of the source code. So we can get the source code is free of cost. So we can get easily source code. From the source code also, we can do some elaborations here. This. So that is the first one. Here we will get the some part of the source code also the free. So that we can do. So without paying anything, we can get some part of code and we can get the support for this. So this Android is having the huge community. So in this community, easily we can get the support as well as the code, example, lot of examples code that all are available. This. So that is coming into the point of open source. Next, I'm coming into operating system. So what is operating system? Anyone? Operating system? What is operating system? So operating system is nothing but it's a simple words. I'm explaining in a generalized words. It's a bridge between software and hardware. Software and hardware. So what is that software and hardware? See, if I took my mobile, if I took my laptop, so yeah, if I took my mobile, so in case of that mobile, I have camera in my application, that is a hardware. But if I want to capture an image, for that I need some software support. So what is the support I'm getting from the software to hardware? In between, something is needed that we can say as an operating system. So it's a, someone said here, interface. Exactly. If you are, means first I'm saying here it's a generalized word, it is a bridge between software and hardware. If you want to talk in our IT terminology, that is an interface. Maybe why I said bridge initially means maybe someone could not understand the word of interface. So the interface is nothing but it's a interface, means a bridge. Interface is nothing but here bridge. So it will between the bridge. So it can be support for this. So as already we discussed, this operating system is for nowadays lot of electronic gadgets like mobiles, tabs, TVs, cars, auto, watch, etc. So many is there. So many gadgets are coming nowadays, etc. So many devices are coming. So this Android operating system we can install, means we can use this. We can install a lot of applications. So that is easily we can get this lot of devices. So then next is the development environment. So what is development environment? So using this, we can build applications. We can build apps. So what kind of apps we can build here? Already yesterday I told this. Static and dynamic. Both kind of applications we can build. So, and what is static? Static means it's a fixed inputs that could not be changed later, but dynamic means every day the data is updating from the database. It is interacting with the database. So using this Android, we can build two types of environments. So two types of applications. One is the static, other is the dynamic. So both applications we can build using this. Then next, Linux kernel. So this I already told, it's a part of the architecture. So always the Android is run on the top of the Linux kernel, top of the Linux. So how this top of the Linux kernel, just I'll show you some picture here. So here, if this is my application, inside, what is inside is there, this is my application, this is my app. So here between this, what is the space? So someone said we will start. Yes, we can, we'll do that both cases here, front end as well as the back end. So here, this is, what is the space between these two circles is nothing but here Linux kernel. So this is the this space. What is the space between this? This is the Linux kernel. So Linux kernel. So this Linux kernel always means first as a user. So this is a user. I'm sending one request as a user. What I'm saying now, I'm saying that open contacts application or open camera, open gallery, some request I'm sending from my phone. So it is traveling through this Linux kernel. Then after interaction with that particular app, again the response is coming back to the user through same layer, that is a Linux kernel. Because of that is the reason what I'm saying now, always it is interacted with the user with respective of Linux kernel. So this is the request and this is the response. So because of that, I'm saying this Android apps always running on the top of the Linux kernel. So that is the reason it's inbuilt of the architecture of that. So it is always run on the top of the Linux kernel. So this is about the Linux kernel. So then this is about the 4 words which we discussed yesterday. One is an open source operating system, development environment, and the next is the Linux kernel. So after this, just we will see the history of this. So what is the history and how this has started? So every programmatic language has some history. Like here, Android is also have some history. So who invented this Android? Anyone? Anyone knows that? Who invented this Android? So nowadays, if I ask who is the owner of the Android, everyone says that it's a majority of the people says that Google. But actual invention as done by Andre Rubin. So who is this Andre Rubin? So Andre Rubin is the person, actually he is a Java developer. So in 2003, he was a Java developer. So when he was a Java developer, one day, he went to shop to buy one camera. He want to buy one camera. Then there you see he compared, and then he compared one thing, that is a camera, normal camera, and one is the digital camera. One is a digital camera. So he compared both, like a normal camera has very less price, digital camera has very high price. Then he asked the shop owner, so why this much of this? So he says that he compared the features. So this has zoom in feature, zoom out feature, and you will get clarity here. And here it is kind of some, what are the differences between this normal camera and digital camera? He explained all the things. Then finally, he understood one point. Only the major difference between these two is software. He understood that. So the digital camera has some software. Normal camera does not have that much of it. It is also have some software, but it is not have that much of intellectual software. So it has one intellectual software. Because of that is the reason this camera has the more cost. Then he thought that, so why can't we implement one application for the digital cameras? So then he started a company, and company name called Android Inc. So he started that company. So that company, nothing but it cannot be possible with a single person. So along with him, his friends, 3 members also joined. So then they started R&D. What is R&D? So all are Java developers. R&D, research and development. They are researching the things. So their intention was to develop a digital camera software. They started with to start a development of one software which is suitable to the digital camera. Then This is the year of 2003. From the 2003 to 2005, okay, they got one solution. They got one solution in the span of 2 years. They got one solution. So what is that solution? Just they had this basic camera application. They got simply, okay, they got some architecture kind of thing. Okay, this is the possibilities are there. Okay, this they have the basic. After the basic, they got a lot of inputs and they says that, okay, this we can go with a lot of things and all. So just one thing I want to cover here, just if you are any other, if you have questions kind of thing, I'll give you the last 5 minutes to ask those questions. So like any course related things, I'll answer your questions last few minutes. Okay. So now they got the solution and they are working on that. In 2005, they released a basic version of that. After that, they want to enhance the software, and they are doing an R&D. And what happens? They struggled with the funds. They got the solution. Okay, means they know if you go in this way, definitely we get the solution. But they stuck somewhere with the funds, because these people initially they are already working somewhere, but in 2003 they have started the organization and there is no extra income. So because whatever the amounts they have already, they invested on this company from last 2 years. So they struggled with the funds. They have solution, but if you want to implement that solution, it need lot of funds. So from the 2005 to 2007, they approached lot of companies, some companies and all. So in 2007, they released one static version of software for camera. So then they documented all their thoughts in a clear picture in one document, and they approached a lot of companies like Nokia, Sony Ericsson, who is on those days, who are the mobile providers. They approached a lot of companies. Finally, the Google has accepted there, and in 2007, this is acquired by Google. Means they has released some funds to do the R&D things for the features perspective. But what is their goal, that feature? So they thought that why can't this R&D to stop for the cameras? Why can't we implement this for the mobiles? That is their intention, because on those days, every mobile which has, it's a very basic mobile. So we know that basic mobiles, what are the features as given by the manufacturers? We are using only those, but they want to update that like our laptops. Because in my laptop, if I want to install some software, I can install that software, but such kind of facility is not there in a mobile. So they asked to build such kind of application in this. Means they want to build one operating system based on this Android. So operating system and development environment to build the apps to run on the specific environment. That is their feature goal from the 2007 to 2009. In the span of these 2 to 3 years, they want to reach this goal. Then Google has acquired, and they invested on something on this. Then second level of R&D has started on this. Second level of R&D is started on this specific area. So finally, in a 2008, the first version of Android as released in a mobile. So first version of Android mobile as released in a market with the company of Sony. So with this company of Sony, they released in the first version of Android mobile in 2008. But this is not a full stable version. So that days in 2008 days, where the other mobile softwares are available is Symbian, Java, .NET. So like these kind of other applications which are already they are providing, like that means Java, in Java JTM is there. In .NET there is a mobile version. Symbian is one. Other is the farm. Like there are various other softwares which are there. So this every other manufacturers are not showing interest, means like Nokia is there, Sony is there, Motorola is there, lot of mobile manufacturers are there, but no one is not showing interest to jump into this Android version, because this is also similar. How this mobiles having this Symbian, Java, J2ME, farm, this kind of same application this is. Here also in 2008, what is the version first released in the market? With that also, the people cannot install any other new application apart from the manufacturer has given. So then why we can go with a stable to new application, even though we can also think that any new product will come in a market, until it's a good until we get the good comments and all, we cannot go and buy such kind of products. So like that, every manufacturer are thinking that. Then after that, in a 2009, they succeeded as a operating system. So they released operating system in a market. Still, even though they said that Android is now operating system, you can install apps in an operating system, but still no people as not showing an interest on this version. Why? Because operating system is available, but there is no apps available in a market to install on this operating system. So then what they did, they developed a development environment. So this already they targeted in a development environment, they targeted in 2007 itself. This is development environment. So they developed this environment by end of 2009, means almost we can say it's a December, so I consider it as a 2010. Once this development environment has released, so slowly one by one software companies also started developing the apps. Then one by one manufacturers are showing interest. So some one manufacturer as came and they started their devices on this, and next one, like in the span of next 2010 to 14 or 15, 4 to 5 years of span, it became a huge in a market, because every 6 months or 1 year, these people are giving the major changes, major updates, which are the people not expecting that kind of features they are giving, they are releasing in the market. So because of those reasons, in a 4 to 5 years of the span, this has occupied the 70 to 80% of the market in worldwide. So even if in case of our country, right now it is 85 to 90% of mobiles are Android, remaining are the iOS. If you go with the worldwide statistics, it's a in between of the 60 to 70% of Android devices, and the next 30% of the devices are iOS and other is there. So this is how this became in this. But in this gap, lot of versions are released. Those current version is the Android 12. Then before that 11, 10, like it is from 0 to this all versions has came here. So the each version here has some name. So that name also here, see, for each and every version there is a name. So the name is very interesting here. So how it is interesting means see here, A, B, C. So A, B, these two are not a stable version. So they're not given any names on this here in the market. From C onwards means it's a following alphabets only. See, we can see now each version it has having the name from the alphabet, like it will start from the A, B, C, D, like that only. So C is the, anyone know that name C, which started with the C Android name? That is Cupcake. So first one, this is the Cupcake. Next to D, Donut. E. So what is that E? Eclair. So E is the Eclair. Next, F is the Froyo. G is the gingerbread. H, honeycomb. I, ice cream sandwich. Ice cream sandwich. J for jelly beans. K for Kit Kat. Next, L for lollipop. M for marshmallow. So marshmallow. Next, N for nugget. O for Oreo. So this, up to this, these all are the versions which are released in a market with a different, see, it is in a one structure, it is following these names. But are you finding any relation with these words? So all are the desserts. Desserts means in a food we can say desserts. It's a bakery related items. So chocolate family, bakery related desserts, we can say this. Why these kind of names? Sorry, one more is there, right? I forgot that P is pi. I forgot to write this pi. So this is the one. It's a giving the different names for this. So these all are because Andre Rubin and all his friends always eat these kind of foods. So because of that, these names are coming like this. And here, so each version has some level of, like level in the sense Android 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12. This is each version, it has a one level. So about that levels in our environment, while we are installing our environment, I'll show you the levels and what is the features. So means here we will discuss each level features in detail here. Means each level, what is the features and what are the drawbacks, that we will discuss in detail of here this. So as of now, anyone have any question on this area? So I hope everyone is clear. So just moving to this next here. So okay. So just fine. So now we know this, we know the definition of Android, and next is the Android versions and history. So the next I want to come with one word, that is mobile application development. What is mobile application development? Anyone? Mobile application development? Say, from past few years, mobile application development has escalated business strategies worldwide. What is the business strategies worldwide? Completely it is changed the business strategies. What kind of, for example, so nowadays we are buying lot of things from the Flipkart, Amazon, and other shopping carts, whatever you like, the shopping carts, we are buying lot of things in this. Why? Because initially before this smartphones also, there is a Flipkart, there is Amazon, but people are not that much of interest to buy this. Why? Any specific reason from anyone? Because if when you are in front of the system, then only you can access those specific websites previously. But right now, all applications are your hand. When you are traveling, when you are sleeping, when you are sit lonely, then every time you are accessing the mobile. On the mobile, the Flipkart, there is Amazon, there is other shopping cart. So, and every what is offer for the today, they are sending as a notification. So by seeing that, we are tempting and we are buying the products. So like that, the lot of things which is happening, we are buying the products and we are getting the this. So in this, we are getting lot of things here. We are getting the lot of things here. So that is we are getting lot of benefits from this. So because of that, that word I said that it has escalated business strategies in worldwide. So the mobile app almost the same as a web application, but it has major differences compared to that. Just now I said it is an always in your hand. So it is changed as this. So then in a mobile app development is nothing but just we are building the apps for the low memory devices. So what is that low memory devices? Like here for the mobiles, tablets, watch, TV, and these all are we are building for the smart devices. So, and next, this is about the small word about this mobile development environment. Then next. So how many categories of mobiles are there? Anyone this answer categories of mobiles? How many categories are there in the market? Mobile categories? Mobile categories? In my perspective, I say only two. One is the feature phone. One is the feature phone, other is a smartphone. Feature and smart. What is feature and what is smart? So feature phone is nothing but all our basic phones which are not having the any installations facility. So just we are what is the manufacturer has given, we can use only those like contacts, Bluetooth, camera settings, etc. So that all basic mobiles we can say this means as a user side, I cannot install any applications. So it has less memory And for this, just now already we discussed about that. These kind of applications are developed by Java, Symbian, Migo, and .NET, so that we can, those are the examples for this. And the next part of this is that now this is very, very important for that, because this word is suitable for us now, this related to our course. So that is a smartphone. In the smartphone, we have an operating system. So we can install number of applications what you want, and it has more memory compared to feature phone. And in this, there are different different is there: Android, iOS, Windows, BlackBerry. But simply we can say nowadays there is no, almost BlackBerry is gone, almost Windows also gone. Only Android and iOS both are trending in a market. So that we are developing here applications for these two kind of this, but here we are developing this application for the Android mobile. Okay, this is fine. The next word I want to go with some other word, that is application. What is application? Anyone? We are saying that we are learning here mobile application development. But what is the meaning of application? Anyone? So, in a simple words, application is nothing but it can reduce human efforts. So how it can reduce the human efforts? See, let us consider in my mobile, there is no contacts. There is no contacts. Hardly you can remember 20, 30, maybe if you are a very genius, maybe you can remember 50, but more than that you cannot. So if it is not there, I need to write in one notebook or some diary or something else. While I'm traveling, I used to bring that. If I want to dial some contact, then I want to do this. So here what it is doing, because of this contacts application, it is reducing your work. So it is reducing your efforts. So that means simply the software which is designed to store data and provide the processing of data. Based on that, we can generate some kind of uses reports that we can say as a application. So applications we can build using different languages, that is Java, .NET, Python, then KOTLIN, like etc. So many is there. Like those we can use and we can build those applications on this. This is fine. And yesterday, finally, some people has asked one question that, so here we are developing application using Android development, either it's a Java or Kotlin. But apart from that, there is some other environments, means this whatever we are learning here, this course, we will say that word as a native mobile application development. Native mobile app development. So what is the meaning of native mobile app development? Means if we are developing this application, it can be suitable to the one environment. That environment is nothing but here Android. Means I can install these applications in Android phone, not in a other phone. So that is, but is there any platform which I can create both apps at the same time? Yes, obviously. That is, we can say as a cross platform. So that is cross platform. So as I told already, few details here yesterday, someone's doubts. So if it is in a native application, it can be suitable for the specific environment. Like I want to build an Android application, I can use Android setup and I can do that. If I want to develop an iOS, I can go with the Swift or C#, then I can develop that. And if in case of native application, it is very fast compared to other of the class platform, and it can support more features, and it has lightweight. So because of the lightweight, it can be easily we can access with this. And the same if I comes to the cross platform. So what happens with the cross platform? So here the cross platform, if I develop application, it can be suitable for both Android and iOS, but it is having the huge weight. So it having the huge weight, it cannot support that much of all features which we are building in a native application development. It cannot support that. Next, these examples are here, PhoneGap, Xamarin. So that is just, I'll write that words, PhoneGap, Xamarin, Flutter, React.js. So these all are the some of the applications. Using this, we can build this PhoneGap applications, but it cannot support that much of easy. It is a heavyweight, so it will take time to load those applications. So that is the reason we are going with the flexible environment, that is a native mobile development. This. So with this, we can with this native mobile application, we can get very flexible and lightweight, fast, secure applications. So because of that, we are preferring not only we, majority of the market as preferring the native mobile app development. So this is about the mobile app development and these things. So just finally, I want to summarize for today's session. So just we discussed about the Android definition words, which are open source, operating system, Linux kernel, and development environment. After that, we discussed about the features of Android, Android history. Then after that, what are the versions and version names we discussed. Then apart from this, we discussed some more other words. So what is application and what is native environment, what is cross platform, then what kind of mobile categories. So those few parts we discussed. So in a next session, we will go with version wise features, Android version wise features. So version wise features will go in detail. Each version will take version wise features as well as the drawbacks of that. So here features and drawbacks we will discuss each version wise. So then now apart from this, I want to go with few things. So here this theoretical classes could be next 4 to 5 days. It's a theoretical classes. So to understand the Android features and environment and architecture, up to that, it's a completely the theoretical sessions for next 4 to 5 days. After that, we'll slowly enter into the coding part. So after 4 days, we'll enter into the coding part, 4 to 5 days. So in this 4 to 5 days, what are your activities? So your activities has to, first you need to go through whatever the words here we are discussing. What is Android definition? What is application? What is native development? Like this, what are the words I'm explaining now? Those you can elaborate from your side. If you have any questions, you can come with me. I can explain you. And Hope everyone has their laptop or desktops. So that should be already someone has asked that question also. What is the configuration is required? So that configuration is, it's a minimum of 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, and Windows 7 and above. Windows 7 and above is suitable for this. If you have Linux, okay, no problem. If you have Mac, okay, no problem. We can install, irrespective of platform, we can install, but it should be minimum of with 8 GB RAM so that it can be support easily on your environment. If you have the less, very complicated to run this. And here, who are having this, maybe if you have already some old PC, like it's a Windows 7 or Windows 10 or 8 GB, but maybe your processor is less, it is supporting slowly. So such kind of people, I'll give you a few solutions, like development itself, how to run directly instead of running an emulator, how to run directly on your phone. That process also I'll show you once that installation process has completed, so that you can run directly application on your phone, so that it will reduce some burden on your system. So that also I'll show you that how to run that applications in your mobile. So any other questions from anyone? Any questions from anyone for today's session? Yes, someone raised hand here.
Sir, total duration in 45 days. Can you elaborate what are the things you will be teaching? I mean, how many days you will take it? 4 days is for theory. Then after, then 40 days will be around coding, right? So which project you will take?
Yes,
it?
completely it's a code.
So I'm looking for freelancing. You know the REST API, right?
Yes, REST API.
From web, when we are when we're sending the data using REST API, can you capture using Android? That one you have, you can show the examples there.
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
format
Yes,
purpose.
yes. This I already yesterday shown this complete syllabus. Here that REST APIs we are discussing here. See, web services. So
Yes.
here we will discuss the REST using the JSON format. So basic how to do the basic first level of program, and after that using advanced libraries, that is a retrofit and volley. So this three.
For okay, for after installation in C drive, how much space it should be for working this complete software projects?
Yeah. So that not like it will normally it will consume 5 to 6 GB initial setup itself. Day by day it will increase.
How much?
If you have less, if one like say initially it is it will take 6 to 8 GB space. Okay. Regularly you are updating that next version. If you update the next version, like today I install Android 10, suppose Android 10. After 6 months, I got the 11, 12 updates. I updated to 12. Another 3 to 4 GB it can take. But there is a solution. We can remove the older versions and we can update the latest version. So that it will be minimum 6 to 8 GB. It's enough for that. But who are having the less space in a C drive, you can install other drive also.
Okay. So can you show me that ID, that studio?
Yeah, it's an Android Studio.
Android Studio. Okay.
This one, Android Studio. Android Studio.
Only one, that one only you need to install, right? So
yeah,
Java,
that
core
one only.
Java,
For that, we need.
Core Java, we need to learn.
Yes,
and,
for that we need Java.
Okay.
Yeah, for this support of this studio, we need Java setup in your laptop. laptop.
Which,
So then
which
it can support Java, Java JDK from 8 to 8 and higher version is fine. Just you can install any JDK version.
Okay.
Then once we install this environment, it could be set automatically everything. So that process also I'll show you here. No worry. Okay. So any other questions from anyone?
So you have any class in the morning, sir? Morning 8 o'clock like that?
No.
Only night 9
No,
o'clock.
Yes. Presently only 9 o'clock is going on. So I hope other people as clear. So here one thing I'm expecting from everyone has to participate actively in a class. When I ask questions, so you should answer, like either you can ask, you can type, or you can talk something, so that what I feel that okay, you are following me. If you are silent, there is a two, in my perspective, I think that two ways. One is you are 100% you are understanding. Okay, other is 0. So that what I'm suggesting you is just follow me. If you have any questions, you can ask, or if I'm asked some questions, you try to answer that. Even if it is wrong also, no problem, but try to interact. Interaction is important here. Okay. Okay, then we will meet tomorrow 9 p.m. Thank you. Yeah, hi guys, good evening. So I'm sharing my screen. So in last class, we discussed about Android history. Just I'm refreshing that. So Android history and various different versions are there. Just we read about this version names. After that, we discuss some generalized words, which are like what is application and what is software. Such kind of small words we discussed in the last. So now here I want to cover now. So that is today's agenda is, today we will concentrate on 2 words. One is some key features of Android. This is the first topic for today. And next it followed by Android version wise features. So these 2 topics we will concentrate today on this session. So key features. What are the key features? So it has a lot of key features. On that few key features we will discuss here. So first we'll start from 1. So what are the key features? So first I'll start with the basic features, which it can be. See, it is supported to multi-language. So how this has supported to the multi-language? So what is multi-language? So simply here in Android phone, it can support for multiple languages. how it can support? See, in my mobile, for example, you can take WhatsApp only. So you can chat, you can send the messages in Telugu, Hindi, English, or other some languages. So like that, your mobile can be supported for a multi-language. So it can be support for multi-language. The next means even when we are building our application also, we can do that. Means in our application itself, I want to go with multi-languages, you can go with the multi-languages. So that is first one I want to cover here. The next is, so this is the web browser support. So what is meaning of web browser? So right now we are using many browsers like Chrome and Firefox, Safari, Edge, like so many browsers we are using. But here it's there is a inside, there is a open source engine is there, that is the WebKit engine. So here we have WebKit engine. So this WebKit engine can support to build web browser kind of applications. If you want to build such kind of application, you can build using this WebKit. The next, so the next one is here, it is a media support. So what is media? So media is nothing but it's a audio, video, and image formats. So here Android can support multiple types of medias. That is, in case if I go with the image, JPEG, PNG, and if I'm using an animation kind of, it is a zip format. Next, if I go with the video, BMP, 3GP, and MP4, like it can support a lot of versions. So whatever types of media, it can be supported this. So that is the third feature. And the next fourth is this. So streaming media support. What is streaming media? Streaming media support is nothing but here we can access, the like live. Like if it is on a live TV, I can watch live TV in my mobile, and using my mobile, I can share live. Like we are sharing Facebook Live, YouTube Live. So such kind of live streaming also it can support. Means it's a simply I can say that it can be supported for the live streaming as well. So that is the one more extra benefit. So that is that came from the operating system only. Because of the operating system, it has supporting these all are the features. So one is the multi-language, second is the web browser support, third is the media, and fourth is the live streaming support. And next is the additional hardware support, some additional hardware. So what is that additional hardware support? So additional hardware support is nothing but here like camera, touch screen, like I'll write here some camera, touch screen, next GPS, so sensors. So these all are the etc. These all are the examples for this support. So it can support for additional hardware support, that is camera, touch screen, GPS, sensors, etc. So it is supporting for those kind of this. And the next one, it is multi-touch. So what is multi-touch? Whatever the touch screens we have using right now, thus we can say as the multi-touch. Because see, initially there are the initial touch phones. That time when we are getting that on-screen touch, but we are not able to touch with our fingers. That time we are able to touch with some kind of, they are giving us some kind of stick. Using that stick, we are touching those. So that is a multi-touch. Then next. So these all are very, very important. And the next is the Bluetooth. Bluetooth. So this Bluetooth also, it can be supported. In nowadays, the Bluetooth also, the range has increased by the Android support. Why? Because initially the Bluetooth we are using only to connect the headset for audio, video calls like that. But nowadays, not only that, using this, we are connecting to the IoT devices. IoT devices in sense like AC, fan, fridge, TV. So such kind of other IoT devices we are connecting through our mobile. Because of that, nowadays this Bluetooth is also playing a major role here. The next feature here it is, so that is a video calling. So the video calling support. So it's a support. Video calling is nothing but it's a almost similar to the live streaming, but there is a difference is there, like live streaming and this one. So video calling means we can each other we can see. Live streaming means only one direction. Means I'm the live streamer. Whatever I'm sharing, you are able to see that. That's it. But here video calling means I'm seeing your face, you are seeing my face. That is a video calling. So that also it can be supporting this here. The next it is the external storage. External storage. What is external storage? So whatever the memory I'm getting inside the phone, apart from that, if you want to increase some extra memory, you can add some extra memory using the third-party supported SD cards. So that also all Android mobiles can support. So the next is this threatening. So what is threatening? So threatening is nothing but here. So this is the like hotspot sharing. We are sharing hotspot using our phone, and also we are connecting to Wi-Fi. So this kind of network related features we say as a threatening. So this is threatening features. And next, some of the other features also there, around 20 features, 20 key features are there this. So next it is the Java or Kotlin support. So Java and Kotlin support. So because of Java and Kotlin support, whatever the Java features like platform independent, robust, and it can support for the platform independency. So such kind of all whatever the Java related features as well as whatever the Kotlin related features, it can support. Both are open source. It can support many things like programmatic wise. It can be supported the more. The next feature from here is the messaging. So initially, when you want to send a message if I want to send a message, either you are sending only in the form of text. But initially, if you want to send an MMS kind of message, means media message, if you want to send that media message, it should be huge cost on those days. The network people are taking too much of amount to that, and that message are sending to the people. So that is we are going that. So now, but now it is we can use all types of like text, then media in the sense image, audio, video, such kind of you can send here. This. Then next, so connectivity. So this phones has connectivity, like it can support GSM. So GSM means in our phones there is a CDMA, GSM, 3G, 4G, 5G. So nowadays it is supporting all variants. Now, along with the network providers, how the technology is developing, the mobiles also releasing in that fashion. So now whatever the latest phones, so those all are supporting to the 5G as well. So the next is so it can almost we covered almost multi-touch, multi-language, and different resolutions. So how this different resolutions, like I can build the application for mobile, also I can build the application for watch, I can build the application for TV, like means small to big, we can build many better features this. And the next is this, always regularly these people are providing the attractive features on UI wise. Updated UI always, updated user interface always. So because you want to attract the people, your application should be good looking UI. So that these people are regularly giving the support to that. And also if I comes to the developer side, free customization. If you want to customize your application, you can do easily without paying anything. Whatever the new features that you can utilize without paying any cost. That point already we discussed yesterday, that is comes into the open source. And this is the Google Play Store. Whatever Google Play Store has, it has many apps which are available as a free of cost. So that is also one of the major things to this. And also coming into this, whatever the development environment, so that development environment is also user friendly. It is a user friendly. How it is user friendly? Today I'm using some version of Android. In that I'm facing few issues. So if you want to customize those features, easily you can customize with respective of the studio automatically give alerts. So based on those, you can, if you want, you can update that. So those all are the basic features of this. Means here, so I think few people are not there initially. Just I want to summarize these points. So initially, today's agenda is we are discussing key features. The next followed by Android version wise features. So in these key features, first one is the multi-language, and it can means our mobiles can support for the multi-language. The next is it can support for the web browsers, means using the WebKit. If you want, you can build the applications. The next is the media support. So where it can support the multiple medias. Next is the live streaming. It can support live streaming and additional hardware support like camera, touchscreen, GPS, sensors, etc. And next it is multi-touch. and it can support for the Bluetooth to connect IoTs and all, video calling, external storage, and returning like hotspot, Wi-Fi. Right. Next, these all are for end users. From here, it is related to the development. So if you are development related, so it's a Java and Kotlin. Whatever the both languages are supporting features, though it can be supported. And the next is the messaging and text and media, and it is a connectivity. So whatever the connectivity we have, like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 3G, 4G, such kind of our connectivities can connect, and it can be supported for the different resolutions and updated UI features always. So free customizable, and Google Play Store, it has lot of features and lot of benefits, and user-friendly environment to develop the applications. So this is first topic for today's. It is completed. Then coming into this point. Before coming into this point, anyone have any concerns, any questions on this regarding this? Hope it is clear. So I'm going to the next topic here. So that is version wise features. So yesterday we discussed many versions. First we'll start from the cupcake. So I said initially before this cupcake there are 2 more versions, but those all are not considering because those all are very basic features it has. So this cupcake, as it is released in April. So April 2009. So this feature, this version as released in April 2009. So what are the features of this? So in this version, on-screen soft keyboard introduced in this, and auto rotation. So first one, it is here, auto rotation. What is auto rotation? Like nowadays, if I'm rotating the phone from landscape to portrait, portrait to landscape, automatically the videos and all rotating. So that feature has started from here. And also soft touch keyboard. So here soft touch keyboard, but on those days, just we discussed, on those days it will touch with the sticks. So that touch screen as released here in this version. And the next, it is supporting for the just the auto rotation, means it has supported for both modes. One is the portrait, other is the landscape. So it can support for the both portrait as well as the landscape. So the next, so what is the next here? Here in this, copy paste option is available. Like right now we are copy and paste the content wherever we want, but here from this version it is supporting the copy paste option. It is supporting for this. And the next is introduce the widgets. Like now we are placing on top of the screen, like watch, calendar. So such kind of widgets feature as introduced from here, watch, calendar, etc. Like whatever they want to start that as a widget, they can use like media player and like other whatever the screen apps which you want to do, that you can do this. So these all are the features in this. But by seeing these features, maybe we think now those all are very small features. Why we are discussing means, so here we are discussing from the scratch whatever the Android as supporting all features. We are discussing one by one, means how this has developed, that we are discussing this. So then next is the donut. So the next version, which is that is donut. So this is also released in the same year, but after 6 months, September 2009, this version has released. So what are the key features on this version? So in this version, the first key feature is quick search. Like in a contacts, maybe you can search. In a messages, maybe you can search. So like search functionality has introduced. So previously it was not there. In this version, it is introduced. The next voice search, basic voice search also introduced here. Like now we are using the voice search in a different applications. So here basic voice search as added here. So basic voice search as added here. Next is the battery usage indicator. So battery usage indicator. Nowadays we are seeing that you have 20%, 30% battery indicator. So that usage indicator, it is showing that you have still left to have 20%, 30%. So such kind of benefit has introduced here this. And faster OS boots. So initially when we want to restart the phone, it is taking too much of time to restart this. That bug has resolved here. So it has faster compared to the older versions. The next year, in a year from this version, so up to this version, we cannot have any applications in the Play Store, but from here we can download the apps and games from the Play Store, Google Play Store. The Play Store has introduced here. So here you can download apps and games from the Play Store. So from this version onwards. And the next is the gesture effects. So what is gesture? Gesture effects means moving. Like when I am playing a game, I can rotate left, right automatically when we are playing the racing game. So automatically the vehicle is moving like that. So such kind of gesture effects are also introduced in this version. So these all are the benefits from this donut. The next version, which is that is the Eclair. So what is this Eclair? So this Eclair also released in the same year after 1 month of that. Means it's on October 2009 it is released. So what are the key features of this? Here it can support Bluetooth. As of now, Android is not supporting the Bluetooth. So from this version onwards, it is supporting to the Bluetooth. And next is here typing speed has increased. So typing speed, initially when we want to type, it is little bit slow, because then this here we discussed about virtual keyboard as introduced. So where we discussed that here keyboard has introduced. So soft touch screen has introduced. Here keyboard virtual means on the top of the screen the keyboard has introduced. So because of that keyboard, users not able to touch, means user not able to type that much of speed. Now that issue has resolved in this version. Also added here dictionary option. While you are searching that dictionary, so means while we are writing something, it has giving the hints to correct the spelling, so that in dictionary option as introduced here. And the next here is calendar invitees. Calendar invitees, like and nowadays we are adding the reminders to calendars, birthdays, meetings. So that calendar reminders also introduced here, this calendar reminders. So the next is it's the here from this version onwards, here it has supporting to the dynamic application. Dynamic application means like it which are communicating with the server. Previously, as of now, whatever applications are static applications, means you can install other application, but that could be the static. But from here now it is supporting to the dynamic application. And the next is zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out feature as introduced here in a browser. This is here, it's a now we can zoom in, zoom out images and all. But here this feature is supported on only browser in this version. And the next, here they got one drawback. It's not supporting for the Adobe Flash Media. Adobe Flash Media it is not supporting. So this is the drawback here they got. not supporting. So this is about the Eclair version. So Eclair version has released in 2009. So in this version, we have major benefits like that is Bluetooth, typing speed increased, dictionary, calendar reminders, and the dynamic applications, zoom in, zoom out feature. But here it is not supporting to the Adobe Flash. So then after this, the next version as released in the market is Froyo, that is around after 6 months, that is 2010 May. So this is released in the market. So immediately whatever the drawback as there means every version here, whatever the issues they are facing in a previous version, they are overcoming that here. Like here also same. First they concentrated on this Adobe Flash. They succeeded with the Adobe Flash support. So now from Froyo onwards, it is supporting the Adobe Flash as well. Then from here, multi-touch. Just now we seen in key features of that. So that multi-touch as introduced here in this 2010 May version, that is in a Froyo version. The next here, so day and night mode. So based on the day and night mode, your brightness, incremental and decremental feature as introduced in this. So day and night. So based on the day and night, the brightness can be either decrease or increase, that can be set at this. So what happens with this? If day and night brightness automatically means it cannot affect to your eyes, as well as it can reduce the battery usage as well. So that feature as introduced in this version. So again, one more feature that is main and important, encryption and the decryption process also introduced in this version. So what is encryption and decryption? See, means some like I created one Gmail or whatever the mail I created. So then after I created a mail and all, so then what happens? I saved my password as Raj123 or something ABC123. So if that same word, if I save in a database, then who is handling that application? They can able to see my password and they can able to log in into my account, and they can do whatever the operations they want to do in my application, they can do. Then what is the solution for that? So for that, what we are doing here is, so that for that we are coming with a different case, that is doing with the encryption. Means I entered 12345 is my password, but whilst we are saving that, we are sending in a encryption format, means user not understandable format, that we are saving in a database. Then again, when I'm trying to log in that, also whatever I entered 12345 only, then that can be encrypted, and then it will go and it can search in a database. It can map that, okay, this is valid, okay, you can log in. So like that, it is introducing in this. And the next one is, this is the crash report. What is this crash report? So when my application in a Play Store, after the users are install your application, so that unfortunately it has crashed in some of my friend, phone. Why? Because Android has many many versions and different manufacturers. So I have 3 to 4 different versions and different manufacturers. I tested in those applications. It is working perfectly fine. Then I uploaded the app in a store. Then users are installed, but it's unfortunately it has not supported in some version. So then it has crashed. So that report automatically, which are the Play Store account you created with the mail, you will receive a mail alert in the so and so phone, so and so reason your application is not supporting on that. So what happens then? I can resolve that issue and I can re-upload the application in a Play Store. So we are we can there is a scope to increase the users and increase your app performance and this. The next it is this hotspot. So it can support the hotspot, means from this version onwards, the hotspot feature as introduced in this. And these are the features, okay. Again here they got one issue, no internet calling. Here it is not supporting for the internet calling. Internet calling is nothing but like nowadays what we are doing the internet calling like WhatsApp call. So that we can say as the internet calling, but on those days it's a Skype and some other tools are there. So that is the issue with that case. So now the next version, which is the gingerbread. So gingerbread, this is the gingerbread as released in the same year, that is in 2010 only. It's almost in a month of December. In the month of December, this is released in the market. So this as in this version, majorly they concentrated on a UI. So major part they concentrated on a UI. So UI elements are updated here. Major UI elements are updated and high efficiency also increased. UI as well as the efficiency has increased. And next, the previous, what is the drawback that has overcome here? So it can supporting to the internet calling. So that issue has resolved here. The next, so it support to the third-party keyboards as well. So we can install the other third-party keyboards which are available in a Play Store. That keyboards also it can support third-party keyboards. We can download and it can support the third-party keyboards. And 3D motion, like 3D images, 3D motion sensors also supporting from this version. Motion sensors supporting from this version. So this is supported for the 3D. And the next is the not support for the here again. We got one more issue, that is it not supporting for the multi-core processor. So multi-core processor means we have already an idea about the process. Like I have when we are buying that i5, i7, i3, so those are the processors. So like those processors, it's a major part of the any device. So that as here it is supporting, but it's not supporting for the multi-core processor. So but why? There is a specific reason. So I'll explain you that specific reason in a next version, because the next version they overcome this feature. So that is in a honeycomb. The next version is here.